You know, many of you have been saying that you want to see exactly what it's like on a messy plant chores day at my home. Well, where do I have one for you? Like I was saying, it is a messy plant chores day at my home, and it is so messy that everything is everywhere. And by the way, this isn't just like a random weekend plant chores day. This is a Monday after work at 5 p.m. It is now 5:45 p.m. If you hear the carpet cleaner upstairs, my husband doing the carpets up there. But we have a lot to get to because I've been putting off so much, and wait till you see the neglect that has been happening with some of these plants. And I do have to say, guys, I feel really bad about the situation with these hanging philodendron heteroecium heartleaf philodendrons because I always forget to take care of them, and it's such I always feel bad because there's so many of them that are dying off. And I notice it at first. That's the problem. I notice it, but then I just don't really go past that and do anything else. It's just that, I mean, look, you guys all know that, like, how difficult life is just to begin with regular chores and work and stuff. And then when you have to add plants into the mix, especially, like a couple hundred, then it becomes a little bit tough sometimes. But that's what we ask for when we create jungles this big, and also serves as a warning to people who are looking to create, uh, you know, urban jungles with this many plants that you should probably think twice about it beforehand. So yeah, and this is the second time uh, in the last couple of months that I've neglected these plants, and I will show you how badly they've gotten. And the problem is that there's a hot air vent literally right there above them, but I did close it, so that kind of helped. But apparently it's not just the heat vents that are an issue, guys. Apparently these plants also need to be watered, so they're very needy. But you can see how bad this has gotten to this point. But the nice thing is that with philodendron heteroecium, the heartleaf philodendron here, that they bounce back quickly. At least I hope so. So I'm going to water these ones. This is going to sound awful, but I just went upstairs and showed this to my husband. I'm like, those plants that were dangling above the couch you said needed to be watered. After I was done watering it and just washing off its leaves, this is what's left. I told them, but it's areas for opportunities because it did need a haircut, and so I mean, but here's the thing, guys, is that I always make extra cuttings, and so this will grow back. It's a philodendron heteroecium, and so they're really tough plants. But the thing is that there's areas of opportunity here because two things. One, I always keep a spare, of course, and so I have this beautiful healthy one that's going to replace it, and no one's going to know. Not even the neighbors next door, who are hopefully not watching. But I also have it as an area opportunity because I really didn't like having them up there anymore because I felt like they kind of got in the way of the display. And instead, I wanted to move them over here, closer to the stairwell. So let's continue on with watering them. Okay, everybody. So this is what we're going to do is we are just going to end up taking these last two down, and that way we can put them up, guys, along hither. But we might not do that tonight because so many other plant chores to do. In the comments below, though, I'm curious to know, what is your plant chore routine like? Do you guys do it on the weekdays, weekends, whenever you pretty much have time? Because mine is pretty much whenever I have time, which, to be honest with you guys, is literally never. So I just try to get them done when I can. And it's funny because a lot of people think that when you're working from home remotely, woo, like I do, that you just have all this free time, to just kind of be around your plants and stuff, and that is not the case. Really, not at all. Rarely do I even have opportunities, a lot of the time, especially during the busier parts of the work year, to get up from my desk and leave my office. And when it is, it's usually to take the dogs out for a quick walk. So, oh boy, yeah, this one had quite a bit of dead leaves on it, but we're gonna fix them. I'm telling myself that, but I don't want them to hear that I have any doubt in my mind, as I do. Okay, so we have these babies, and then let me go water these first because then we have to tackle this big boy here. Okay, and actually one more plant to get to before we get to the king anthurium, and this is my jade satin Scindapsus that I'm, you're gonna hear me say this about all these plants that I love so much, even though I'm treating it like crap. But I put around this beautiful ladder trellis in the bedroom, but I just keep on forgetting to water it, and so not only is it so dusty, but it's just not doing well. So we're gonna water it in the shower because it's really the only place that it'll fit. My husband is going to throw a fit because he literally just got done cleaning the bathroom. So let's see. But that's okay. He cleaned it so the plants can have a nice shower. And not only will this give it the water that it needs, but it's also going to clean off some of that dust that's been building up because, man, the last time I watered this plant was 2 months ago. But the nice thing about Scindapsus is, as a species, as a genus, is that they really don't need a ton of water. And when they do, their leaves will start to curl in. Not only has this one's leaves started to curl in, but they've also started to fall off. So it's probably a good sign that it needs some watering. I had to take a bunch of these leaves off. Oh my god, I feel so bad for this plant. But I saved this plant. I saved it, and then I almost killed it again. Well, that's perfect. That's like nice lukewarm. We'll let it just sit in there, and see, its leaves are like folding in. Other ones have just fallen off. They're like, help us, water, please. But yeah, this is great because not only does it give it an opportunity to wash off some of the leaves, but you notice, like, I kind of gave up on the trellis part. And so what I need to do is I also need to take some of those clips at some point. I say that, but I probably won't get around to it until weeks from now with that, and put them around here, and then pull this baby further down, close up some of these areas. But there's still new growth coming in, so there's hope after all. I think. I say I think, but I really don't know. But now that this is all cleaned off, let's officially make our way back downstairs and over to the King Anthurium. Okay, and finally we have made it to watering the King Anthurium. Mind you, it is 10:30 at night. I kind of got distracted by some other chores along with plant chores, so my apologies. But we are finally at our finishing point, and if Alejandro or the girls wake up, the girls being the dogs, then we were just wrapping up plant chores, of course, which is exactly what we're doing. Okay, we we made it, and this is one large plant. 31.5 inches is its largest and longest leaf. And that new leaf, mind you, only came out like 3 weeks ago. So, yeah. And this new little leaf that popped out of it, that is a whole new plant. That if you click in the corner of your screen, you'll see that there is a video I did regarding that. Trying to move this thing around is like Tetris almost. Okay, so now that we have, ourselves situated here, we're going to water this baby, and then we are going to let it sit and, do its thing for maybe a half hour or so while I clean up the rest of the plant chores. Oh my gosh, this thing is gigantic. Wow. Okay. There we there we go, everyone. We have this under control. No, no, we don't. Okay. So I think, and I don't think or no, but we're going to put this baby here. And water her. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I repotted this thing like, I think it was in the summer, and it already needs a repotting, which is nuts. Oh, you know what I should do, guys, is probably try to walk around with this thing is insane. So this is a cutting of my Philodendron patriciae that I did. As I'm trying to show you while holding this gigantic mammoth plant. I'm just trying to make room for it. And then we're just going to water it, as one does. So there we go. This King Anthurium, by the way, is such a beautiful plant. And it was gifted to me as a little baby plant. My buddy Todd, who owns the Bronze Petal here in Denver, Colorado. And yeah, when I got it, it was just a little baby plant. And to think that it grew into this beautiful, beautiful, gigantic monster of a plant now. And I love it. It's like my favorite plant of all the plants I own. Shh, don't tell the others. But yeah, so that is our last plant drawer. By the way, I don't know if you saw, but over there in the corner above the dining room table, as I was walking in the other day, Alejandro had this great idea. He was like, oh, what if we put the Burley Marks, Philodendron Burley Marks Fantasy over there in the corner. He didn't know the plant's name, but that's okay. I got so irritated at first because he just put the plant over there, and I'm the sort of person who's like, okay, first off, we need to figure out, is the lighting conditions and the humidity over there going to be perfect for the plant? So he got frustrated with me because I wanted to make sure the plant was going to be fine over there. So I made sure that the plant was going to be good over there by installing, of course, a grow light in the corner and then put the plant over there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful spot for it because we needed something tall and vertical for that part of the dining room. And it just turned out to be a fantastic spot for it. But that is just part of what like my Monday night plant chores are like. Mind you, only part of what they're like. But if you're curious to see what some of my other plant chores are like, just click on this video up here in the corner because it'll give you a really good look at how I go about maneuvering the mayhem that is my plant chores. But I want to thank you guys again for watching. And if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell for more fun and interesting / exhausting videos just like this. I'll see you guys in the next one.